It's February 9th, 2026, and I am bullish on bonds. I'm going to show you why. I like this price structure. This is the ZN, and I like that. I like this little pop out right here with decent volume here and here, here, and this moving average stack is all going the right way. So this entire move right here is what got me bullish. And then we get this test. This is the real test of conviction where it drifts down like this, breaks below this 200, and now we got this little firming up and you got good volume here and here. So now, if I'm right, you've got this little move here and a little bit of a consolidation, and with any kind of little market weakness, I think you're going to get this pop out here and then some firming action, and then maybe a bigger move if you can get Bitcoin or the market to come down too. I think all the sentiment in these bonds is overdone. The debt was a story for 2023. I think the market's got to look past that now. But it's really difficult to make money in these bonds. So I've been looking at the REITs. I think if bonds go higher, I think these REITs are really going to start to move, and you can see they look really good. You got this long consolidation, super tight right here on the IYR. You got a really good little moving average stack, super compressed right here. And now really importantly, you've got this shape right here. I love that. You've also got a lot of volume on the sell, and it looks like this price is just kind of poking right above. So I'm expecting, if the bonds get bullish, for this to do something like this, come back down, and then really start to move. And the REITs can move a lot more than the bonds because they're so interest rate sensitive. So that's why I'm keying in on this sector, because I'm bullish on the bonds, but I want a little bit of leverage to the move if it happens. So I'm looking for the best REIT. I've found this one. It's a retail shopping center REIT, outdoor malls and stuff, with grocery center anchors. And I like this $30 level. Now, it does report tonight, I believe, or tomorrow night, so you got to be careful here. But we got this tightness, this little compression in the moving averages all throughout here, and they're just now starting to lift up. And that's coinciding with some nice little green volume clusters there and there. And I like that one with these increasing volumes there, and this last one here. I'd like for this RSI to be a little bit more up here, so that's not so great. But let me zoom out and show you why I really think this has got some institutional sponsorship behind it. So here we go on the weekly, and this is your perfect little volatility, contraction, Minervini's description. And what I really like is this little pop out last week on pretty good volume. And so I've seen these lots of times here. What I'd expect to happen is these Bollinger Bands kind of expand here. And when these moves happen, you get these great bursts up with the stock price here, maybe into like 35. That's what it looks like. I've seen it happen. Let me show you. The last time it happened for me was on ArcelorMittal, was MT. And look at this one there, okay? So I got in right here at 35, and you can see it was kind of compressed right here and here, and then it just really started to move out on this upper band. I sold out right here a little bit, and I sold the last of mine at 60. It's now it's 61.85, so I missed the top. But these moves are really good. If you can get even some of this with a decent sized position, you can get like half or a third or a half or maybe even 2/3 of what you need for the year in a good sized position. So you can see, yeah, this RSI was kind of elevated and then took off. I want to see some of that in the IVT. Now, it's a REIT, it's not a cyclical, so you're not going to get this kind of a move from 35 to 60. But going back to IVT, taking a look at it, hey, you know, why not get a move to, I don't know, 35, maybe 40? That might be nice from 30, especially if rates come down, right? So, you know, decent sized position, $10, 30% on an okay move. That could be maybe a quarter of what you need for the year on something like this. This is a small one, $2 billion. So it's not going to be like ArcelorMittal in terms of how much you can size up, because that's a big one, you know, a big liquid stock that just has more history and thus, in my mind at least, safety. But you could get, as I'm planning on doing, if this earnings shows, let me zoom back in here to get the daily. If we get a move, let me see, earnings, I think I could hold this. I've got a small little starter position because I don't really know about this earnings. But generally, when you get a price structure like that, any kind of news flow is going to, usually those data points assist you, and any kind of price movement you get is going to go in the direction that you think it's going to happen, no matter what the news is. Just for example, this happened to me on NVST. Like, this is, the fundamentals were not great, right? But look what happened here, okay? You got this gap up move, right? The earnings are 38 cents, so, you know, it was impossible to forecast that ahead of time. But look at this. The reason you can kind of go on with this, see this on the weekly? You had this, this nice compression, right? Okay, zooming in, actually, you had this right here, that compression of the Bollinger Bands. You had this pop out a little bit, right? I bought some in here, this green and this in the 22, 23 range. Sold a little bit here for some reason. No. Bought here, sold here, okay? Bought back right in here somewhere on the same day, same week. Sold some here because I didn't trust this this little earnings thing, this move before earnings, and then had, you know, generally just way too small of a position to really move the needle on anything. But for this earnings report right here, the news wasn't even that great, but all kind of surprises in the price will generally tend to go with whatever you're seeing here, with these Bollinger Bands kind of just expanding like this up and down. So you want to catch these moves with as much size as you can. I couldn't get on board with this one in enough size, so I got to keep hunting for these. Maybe this IVT will be the same story. I won't have a lot of size in it, but it'll be good enough to get me something, right? Maybe just a little bit more incremental wins, and I can get maybe 10 or 12 of those this year, and then I'll be okay. But as far as this goes, again, I'm looking for this expansion outward, okay? The earnings are going to be tough. I mean, I've got to stop down to 28 right here, 28.39 on a little position. Now, if we get in earnings a move down to about here that then holds and kind of firms up, that'll be a great place to get a little buy with a stop under here, and then progressively size up. That would be ideal. If this thing, you know, gaps up to like up here into 30 and runs, I mean, then I'm just, again, stuck with a small position, and it'll be a little bit of an incremental return thing for the year. That, who knows, maybe as the move progresses, I can kind of get back in, work my way in here for a bigger move up. But anyway, that's my idea on this REIT, because I'm growing more and more bullish on the bonds. Let me know if it helps. Thanks for watching.